morning, children. How are you all? Are you fine? I hope everyone is fine there. Okay, children. Do you know the difference between the village and the town? Yes. In the village, you know that we live in a village. We get everything here: fresh air, everything, and net greenery. Each and everything we find in villages. Yes. The best example I can tell you, my children, my daughters, whereas when they lived in the town, in city, weekly once compulsory, they used to get any sickness like cough, cold, fever. But when they came here, they are enjoying here. They did not have any kind of sickness. No cold, no cough, no fever. They are enjoying here because the nature is like that. We get fresh air, each and everything. Everything is greenery in such a manner, and we can go here and there, here, from there to here. And not only that, here, no air pollution, no sound pollution, nothing else. Everything's free. Everything we can get fresh air. We can live happily, peacefully. And best example I can tell you, in the city where I was living there, and almost when we go to bed, maybe it takes around 11 o'clock or 10:30 night. But here, 5 o'clock itself, maybe evening 5 o'clock itself, we feel too hungry, and we will eat it each and everything, and then we go for early to bed, and maybe it is around 7 o'clock. All village will be peaceful, calmness, nothing will be there. Everyone is sleeping. Everyone will sleep. That atmosphere is here. But whereas in cities, even we will not get sleep up to 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock because that nature is different. But there, we all think air pollution, sound pollution, and noise pollution, each and everything we get there itself. And we get, even now, we get sickness there itself. Yes, definitely I can tell that. And always vehicle sounds, always lights will be put on, each and everything will be there. And I think city is not safe place, but village is safe place. Everything you will get here. Though here we may not get money, but at least we can sleep peacefully. Any tension, anything else, we can sleep happily here. But in city, we cannot sleep properly. Always tension. We have to go there, this side, that side. Full traffic jam, each and everything. But here, no traffic jam, nothing else. At least we can live peacefully, and we can also live for long years. That is the village style. That is the countryside. That is country. But villages, always we have the pollution. Always the noise pollution. Each and everything will be there. So we cannot live for longer. The best example I can tell you that living in a village is very peaceful life. And even I can say my childhood, I enjoyed with my friends. We had a gang. In that gang, 6 members. We used to go for around, especially summertime. We go for from my place to other place. Maybe it is 3 o'clock. There we get many palm trees, and I am the first person who used to climb the palm trees without any help, without even guide. They take help of that supporting something, and they climb it, and they cut it edge and everything. But I did not take any support. With the hands only, the legs and hands, I climb it, and then I sit on that palm tree. I cut all the ice apples, and then I throw down. And my friends, they used to enjoy. And next we go for other tree, and then among us one of the persons used to climb there and used to cut it, and we used to eat it. After that we used to go for swimming. Where we go for swimming, we don't have such a made one, but it is a well. There we used to jump from the well. We used to take bath, swim in that, and then after that, around 2 o'clock, we used to come to house, and then we used to take lunch, and then we used to take rest under the trees. I enjoyed a lot. Yes, those days we did not have such a sickness. We did not have anything else. But whereas in cities, living in cities, and then there we cannot physically we cannot work there. Physically we cannot work there. So many sickness we may get it. So my opinion is this. Opinion is that living in a village is a safe place, I can say, rather than the city. So here is one story about the town mouse and the country mouse. The town mouse and the country mouse is a nice story which explains that. And living in the country, living in the town. Country means village, town means a city. Okay, now just take it page number 4. Page number 4. Page number 6. Glossary, you can go for glossary. Country means here village, an area outside towns or cities with the fields and the farms. Country is nothing, it is a village. It village has outside the towns or the cities, and they have fields and farms. That's called as a country. So now at present I am living in the countryside, village side. I am enjoying now. I am enjoying. I can say that I am enjoying here rather than the cities. And along with my mother, I am living here. Affectionately. What do you mean by affectionately here? Lovingly or showing caring. Caring, feelings and love. Affectionately is nothing other than it is a love or feelings. It comes under. Pack. To put clothes, etc. into a bag in preparation for a trip away from home. Yes. Pack is nothing. Here, when we want to go somewhere else, some other places, we pack it everything. Clothes, whatever we need, we put in the bag, and we go for somewhere else, and we go for some places. So that comes under pack. Uncomfortable means here unpleasant. Uncomfortable means unpleasant. Grumble, to complain about something in a bad temper way. Yes, grumble means, for example, if I scold you, what do? You grumble yourself. You murmur yourself. What kind of service always scolds me? You grumble yourself that you cannot understand by anyone. Yes, that's grumble. To complain about something in a bad temper way. Chug, to move making the sound of an engine. See here, while the train moves, it makes some chug 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 sound. That's called as a chug. To move making the sound of an engine. Dreadful means very bad or unpleasant. Very bad or unpleasant. Now see that. Now you can see that first page itself is telling about village and the city, country, town. You can see the difference here. Villages, see that so many houses are there. It is made with some grass or something else, and some farmers are working in that field. See that, and children are moving in that street. You can see that. So it is a peaceful life. Whereas you see that in town there are buildings, stores of buildings, as well as vehicles are there moving from one place to another place. So always traffic will be there. So it is the difference between the village and the city. Now see that coming to the story, the town mouse and the country mouse. Town mouse and the country mouse. It's a nice story. Let us see that. The town mouse and the country mouse were cousins. Yes, the town mouse and the Country mouse were cousins. And some people they say, my cousin sister, my cousin brother. Don't say that cousin brother and cousin sister. Either you say cousin or sister. Either you say cousin or brother. Anything you have to use it. But here they use it nicely. The town mouse, town means city, and the country mouse, it's a village. They both were cousins. Cousins means they are brothers. Cousins means they are brothers. They often wrote each other. Means they wrote letters each other. Yes. Are you writing letters nowadays? Nobody is writing letters. And my childhood self, I can say that still I remember 6th to 10th class. I wrote many letters to my friends, my relatives, and so on so people. I wrote it. Nowadays we cannot see the letters. And those days we used to get envelopes, Englands, as well as cards. 50 paisa cards. We used to get it, we used to write the letters to our friends. Whereas I stayed in hostel from 8th to 10th class, even degree, up to degree, I stayed in hostel. I wrote letters to my friends, my relatives, my people. But nowadays, no one is writing. Why no one is writing? Because already we have cell phones. We have the cell phones. We are very easily sending the message to from one person to other person very easily. Very easily we are sending it. So no one is writing. And when you want to talk easily, you can talk. You can call to our friends and you can say that. You can speak to that person, a particular person. But those days we don't have the cell phones. Though we have the phones, land phones, but nobody had the. Only few people, the rich people used to have it, isn't it? Yes. So here, these two cousins, they used to write letters each other. Often they write letters to each other. One day, the country mouse got this letter from his cousin. What happened? One day, the country mouse, he got the letter from his cousin. Whose cousin here? The town mouse. The country mouse got the letter from the town mouse. So here is the letter. So I will tell you later how to write it. Okay, now after that we can go for the lessons. Yes. We have two letters. We have two letters. Formal letters, informal letters. Formal letters are also called as official letters. Formal letters are also called as a official letter. Non-formal also called as what we call informal letter. Informal also called as formal letters, informal letters. Formal also called as official letter. Informal also called as a non-official letter. Okay, now you have two letters. Okay, now when you want to write a letters, you compulsorily have to follow the rules and regulations. Okay, now for example, here is given as a informal letter. Informal letter is given, non-official letter. So how to write informal letter? A letter contains 5 parts. A letter contains 5 parts. First one is heading of the letter. Heading of the letter. Second one is salutation of the letter. Third one is body of the letter. Body of the letter. Fourth one is subscription of the letter. Fifth one is superscription of the letter. So a letter can contain 5 parts. Heading of the letter, salutation of the letter, body of the letter, subscription of the letter, superscription of the letter. It is called as non-official letter, informal letter. We write informal letter, writing letter to near and dear, who are near to us, who are dear to us. Writing letter to relatives, brothers, sisters, parents, uncle, aunts, so on so people, we can write a informal letter, non-official letter. Here we can also write, you can express our views. As you wish, you can write it. Whereas in formal letter, we cannot write it. Hi dear, how are you? Cannot write it. But whereas in this informal letter, you can write whatever we need. Whatever you want to talk it, whatever you want to write it, you can write it, because they are the persons near to us or dear to us. So we can write it. So if a letter can contain 5 parts: heading of the letter, salutation of the letter, body of the letter, subscription of the letter, superscription of the letter. Okay, let us see that how the letter will be. This is the letter, you can say it. Informal letter. Informal letter. First, heading of the letter. For example, since we are living in Hyderabad, we can write Hyderabad. Here, when you are writing city's name, compulsory we have to keep full stop. City's name. When you are writing city's name, compulsory you have to write Hyderabad. Hyderabad means full stop. Or if you want to write living in Pragati Nagar, or Pragati Nagar means comma. Cities, since cities we wrote, we kept full stop. Pragati Nagar, it is a street name, I wrote comma. Okay, Pragati Nagar. Date, today's date, 31st May, comma 2020, full stop. This comes under heading of the letter. Next comes under salutation of the letter. Dear friend. Or if you want to mention the name, dear Raju. Don't write your friend Raju. Anything, either you write friend or Raju, name, mention the name. Don't write together dear friend Raju. That's a blunder mistake. This comes under salutation of the letter. Salutation of the letter. Okay? Heading of the letter, salutation of the letter. Next, body of the letter. Start from here. Okay. Want to write body of the letter. Write about yourself. How are you? I am fine here by the grace of God. I am studying well. I am studying well and preparing for my common examinations. What about you? What about you? Are you studying well? Are you preparing for your common examination? That can write about yourself. That comes under here, first paragraph. This body of the letter can be contain 3 parts. First, write about yourself. Second one, start from here. What purpose you are writing? What purpose you are writing to your friend? What purpose you are writing to a letter to your friend, and you have to write here. For example, you may in summer occasions already are completing, but you want to go for somewhere else, like visit some other places, Charminar, Golconda, whatever, some historic places. So write about this one. That you can invite your friend to your place and so that you can visit the so places. That comes under second paragraph. Okay. What purpose for writing to a friend? Third paragraph, right? Convey your wishes to friends' family. Convey my heartfelt wishes to your family members, especially your brother and sister. Send my wishes to them. Okay. Next one, it comes under body of the letter. Body of the letter. Next one, here, yours lovingly, capital letter. Yours lovingly. See that, don't keep opposed to me. Again, it comes under blunder mistake. Yours lovingly. Or, if you don't want to write yes, don't write, should not write ly. Okay, or you can write your loving friend. Your loving friend can also write it. Okay, comma, write your name, XYZ. Don't write name, write just as a XYZ. This comes under subscription of the letter. Subscription of the letter. Next comes under this. See that. TO2. To whom you are writing? To whom you are writing? You are writing to your friend. Right? Mr. P. Rakesh. Rakesh, comma, or son of Raju. House number 2-2-22, comma, then Balanagar, Secunderabad or Hyderabad. Full stop, comma, full stop. After 2, don't keep comma. You should not keep after 2 comma. This comes under superscription of the letter. Okay, na? Okay, next children. This is the letter we have to write in this manner. Heading of the letter, salutation of the letter, body of the letter, subscription of the letter, superscription of the letter. Body of the letter can be divided into 3 parts. First, write about yourself, what purpose you are writing to your friend, and convey the message to friend. This is the way you can write the letters. For example, it is 10 marks. Mostly you are going to get 10 marks. In future, in 9th or 10th class, you are going to get 10 marks. This comes under 1.5 marks, subscription 1.5 marks, superscription 1.5 marks, totally 6 marks. And then here, first body of the letter can be 1 mark, body of means here, about yourself, that's 1 mark, convey the message 1 mark, and this one, middle one is 4 marks, totally, no, 2 marks. Totally 10 marks will be in your hands. Okay, next children? Good. This is the letter you have to write in this manner. Now come to the lessons. So here is the letter as written. See that? Kitchen cupboard, Morstown, 11th March 2012. Dear cousin. So salutation, dear cousin. I have been ill with cough and my doctor feels I need holiday. Here, who wrote this letter? The town mouse wrote a letter to country mouse. So the town mouse has written that address, that is kitchen cupboard, that's address. Mousetown, 11th March 2012 is there. Dear cousin, who is the cousin here? Dear cousin means here country mouse. Dear cousin, who wrote this one? Town mouse. Writing a letter to town mouse, country mouse. I have been ill with cough. Who had been ill? Who had been ill? The town mouse was ill. What kind of ill this one? With cough. And my doctor feels. Whose doctor? The town mouse doctor feels he need a holiday. Who need a holiday? The town mouse need a holiday. So he asked me. He means here the doctor asked the town mouse to spend a week To spend a week. Week, W-E-E-K, week. See that? Week means that sir, we have a week. Sunday to Monday to Sunday, that comes week. And W-E-A-K, week means that's weakness. I'm very weak, is say. The difference between weak and weak. We confuse ourselves. Weak and week. Week means that sir, we have Sunday to Monday, Monday to Sunday, it comes under week. Weak means I'm very weak. Okay, so who was weak here? He asked, the doctor asked the town mouse to spend a week, one week in a countryside. Where he has to stay? In a countryside. May I stay with you? Town mouse requesting that. May I stay with you? Please give me an early reply. Please give me an early reply as soon as possible. As soon as get the letter, please give me early reply. Who said these words? The town mouse wrote a letter to country mouse with warm regards. Warm means with warm, loving. You are affectionate again. Your affectionate means yours lovingly. Town mouse. Who wrote this one? Town mouse. Again, to whom it wrote it? Country mouse. Who wrote that? Town mouse wrote to country mouse. That's address. Country mouse, the mouse or mouse country. That is the address of the town country mouse. Okay, next one. Receiving the invitation from the country mouse. Receiving the invitation from the country mouse. As soon as the country mouse wrote the letter from the town mouse, again it wrote the letter to town mouse. It was inviting the town mouse. Who was inviting? The country mouse inviting. Already town mouse got the invitation from the country mouse. The town mouse packed his bags. Immediately, if you go for somewhere else, what do? Immediately we pack everything, means clothes. What are the clothes we need it? Just to fold it and we keep inside the bag. And in this same manner, it packed it. Who packed that? The town mouse packed everything in the bag. And it caught the next train. Caught. It is a V2. It caught the next train. It caught means it went in the next day to the countryside. Where it went to the countryside. Who went countryside? The town mouse went to the countryside. The day was bright and sunny. How the day was? The day was bright and sunny. Sunny means summer season. You see that how sun will be. It's very heat. Sunny. And soon the town mouse began to feel hot in the train. Yes. Nowadays, see that, especially in summertime, you believe or not believe, last few days, maybe last few days, we have such a heat, and what I did it it starts from 10 o'clock to 4:30, 5 o'clock. I used to sleep under the. I used to sleep. That's what we can say under the cooler. In front of the cooler, I used to sleep it. I slept it because of the heat. We cannot control ourselves. We cannot bear that heat. So just slept near the cooler. So here the day was bright and sunny, and soon the town mouse began to feel hot in the train. Yes, the people who are leaving the cities, some of the people, they cannot tolerate the heat, and even we also, because we have been living the town side. We are living in the town side here, as well as living in that what you can say, buildings. We cannot see that much heat, but when you come to the villages, we can see so much heat, so much hot in that. We feel it. The city people cannot tolerate. Even myself also cannot tolerate the heat. And 2 days I felt sick. 2 days, almost 2 days, because of that heat. Just imagine yourself. Okay. So here also the town mouse began to feel hot in the train. It did not tolerate that heat. I wish there was an air-conditioned coach, and here town mouse was wishing. It's unreal past. It comes under, and that was not real, but just expressing yourself. I feel it. You feel that I have. I wish, the town was wishing that there was an air conditioned coach. Air conditioned means AC. It was feeling it. He said himself. Who said the town was said himself that it was wishing that it wanted a air conditioned coach. Air conditioned means AC needed. I feel very uncomfortable here. It was feeling that the town was feeling that feeling uncomfortable. Uncomfortable means not pleasant. It was feeling uncomfortable there itself, not feeling well there itself because of the heat. No fan, nothing else in the train. Only it did not have anything, and then it began to feel uncomfortable there in that place, and it was wishing that it wanted a air conditioned coach, means it wanted a AC. However, there was nothing could do about it. Yes. However, there was nothing he could do about it. It did not have the air conditioners. Can it do anything there itself? It cannot do because there wasn't anything. So nothing could do anything there itself. So he grumbled to himself. Grumble means here to complain about something in a bad temper manner. See, this train did not have the air conditioned coach. AC did not have it. It was scolding himself. It was not telling to anyone, but grumbling means murmuring itself, complaining itself. He grumbled to himself while the train chopped slowly. Chop means here starting of the train. What you have to move, making the sound of an engine. So chop, chop, chop. When it was moving the train, when it was making the sound, chop, chop sound, it was grumble. It grumbled. Who grumbled? That the town must grumble itself. Chopped slowly with the when it was going to the countryside slowly, town must grumble itself. The country mouse was waiting at the station. The country mouse was waiting at the station. Where it was waiting? At the station. What purpose it was waiting for the? It was waiting for the country mouse. Oh cousin, the town mouse said as soon as he got off the train. The town mouse as soon as he got up from the train, he immediately said, "Oh cousin." In the same way, we also know when the first time when we see someone, our near ones, we say, "Oh my dear." We express ourselves in the same manner. The town mouse also express, "Oh cousin, oh brother," to express itself when he got up from the train. The train was dreadful. Dreadful means it was unpleasant. The train was unpleasant. Why unpleasant here? There was no air conditioned coach. It was feeling hot. Who was feeling that hot? The town was feeling very hot. That's the reason that the train was dreadful. I felt terribly hot. It was feeling terrible. Terrible means horror. And terrible hot and thirsty. Feeling very thirsty. Who said these words? The town mouse was telling to country mouse. I hope you have something ice cold for me to drink at home. It was hoping, the town mouse was hoping that I hope you have something ice cold. You means here, the country mouse have ice cold for him to drink at home. So normally, of course nowadays we may have the fridges. We have the fridges nowadays, but those days we did not have such a fridge, air conditioned coach. We did not have it in the villages. Nowadays, it is common to each and everyone because they have much money and they are buying it. Yes, those days we did not have such things. So it was hoping that the town was hoping that it wanted ice cold and lemon juice, something it was expecting from the country mouse. Well, I have some water, said the country mouse. Well, I have only some water. I don't have ice cold water. This or that we don't have. I have only some water, said the country mouse to town mouse. But I can look around for some coconut water if you like. What he was telling that? What the country mouse was telling that? But I can look around some coconut water if you like it. If you like it, I can go around and I can find the coconut water. Who said these words? The country mouse said to the town mouse. Coconut water? See how he expressing. Coconut water? Asked the Thomas in horror manner. Horror manner it has coconut water. Don't you have any orange juice or lemon? It was asking, don't you have any orange juice or lemon juice? It was asking the question to, Tom was asking the question to the country mouse. Somewhat it was asking, but country where we are living, we won't find such a juice, eye juice, lemon juice, orange juice, we won't find it. Nowadays we are getting it, everything we are getting it, but those days they did not have such a facilities rather than the cities. I am afraid not. I am afraid not, sir. We won't get anything. Replied his cousin. Whose cousin is here? The country master replied it. I am afraid not. Means these all things we won't get it. But I found a very nice piece of fruit today and a tender bit of sugar cane. What is that? But country mouse can find a very nice piece of root. Root means where we get under the earth. Like in Telugu we can call gaddal. That we can get a root today and tender bit of sugar cane. Tender means easy to cut or sensitive part. Tender bit of sugar cane. They can get tender bit of sugar cane. They can get it. I am sure you will enjoy that. That country mouse was saying that I am sure about that you will enjoy this kind of piece of root and a tender bit of sugar cane. You will enjoy it. I am sure about that you would enjoy. Who said this words? The country mouse was telling to town mouse. Root, sugar cane. Again questioning. Root, sugar cane. The town mouse exclaimed. Exclaimed means said in another. Root or sugar cane. It exclaimed itself. But I don't eat raw food like that. But I don't eat raw food. Raw food means without cooked food. I won't. He didn't want to eat it. Who didn't want? The town mouse didn't want the raw food. Raw food means the food which was not cooked. He did not like it. The country mouse said, "This is what we eat in the country." The country mouse said that what it replied. This is what we eat in the country. What they eat it? Piece of root and a tender bit of sugar cane. They eat it. That they eat in the countryside. So I am afraid you do have to eat it. Eat this. I am afraid that you do have to eat this kind of food. Try it. It's not bad. If you try it, it won't be bad. You can eat it. You can eat peacefully, no problem. Who said these words? The country mouse said to town mouse. The town mouse did not enjoy his dinner at all. The town mouse did not enjoy this dinner at all. Why? Because he did not like the root or sugar cane. He didn't like it. He did not enjoy it. It nibbled at the root. Nibble means just bit it. Just bit nibble the root. Root means that in Telugu said no gadda. Just nibble itself. And even sugar cane also it nibble it. And then said he wanted to sleep. He did not eat it. Just he nibble it and throw that side and it wanted to sleep it. Who wanted to sleep? The town mouse wanted to sleep. He did not eat. He did not enjoy the dinner at all. The country mouse showed a corner in the mouse hole and said, "There you are. You can sleep there." What the country mouse said? Showed that a corner in the mouse hole. It showed like this. Showed a corner in the mouse hole and said, there you are, and you can sleep there. You go there and you can sleep in the corner of the hole. Who said these words? The country mouse said to town mouse. Oh, on the ground. Again it is expressing. On the ground, asked the town mouse. Do I have to sleep on the ground? Asking question again. Do I have to sleep on the ground? Have to sleep on the ground? He was asking question to country mouse. Yes, this is how we sleep in the country. Yes, this is how we sleep in the countryside. We sleep on the ground, not on the bed, not on the sofa. We sleep here in this place. His cousin answered. His cousin means country mouse answered it. At the town mouse, as the town mouse lay down on the hard cold ground, he suddenly thought of something. cousin, he called out. Here, as the Tom was lay down on the hardened cold ground, he suddenly thought of something. Who thought that the Tom was thought of something? And immediately said, cousin, he called out. Cousin called out. Who called out that the Thomas called out? As he was laying down on the hard or cold ground, immediately, suddenly he thought of something, and immediately he was saying that cousin called out. Who called out? The Thomas called out the cousin. Yes, what is it? The country mouse asked. Yes, what is that? The country mouse asked him. Why is it so quiet there? Why it's so quiet here? Where are all the cars and the lorries? In the town, we see we can find many vehicles, but whereas when you compare to the villages, we won't find anything here. Only few. It cannot. It doesn't move from. Always it doesn't move it. Okay, but whereas in cities, in the towns, we can see always the vehicles are moving from here to there. Always busy. But whereas in the villages, you won't like that. So that's why it got the doubt. Who got the doubt? The town must got the doubt. Where are all the cars and the lorries? Where are the radios and the televisions? Where are the radios and the televisions? Where are all the lights? It was asked the question to country mouse. Who was asking that? Town mouse was asking the question to town mouse. This is how it is in the country. His cousin replied. What is it? Country mouse replied. This is how it is in the countryside. Who replied to country mouse? Replied to town mouse. It is always quiet in the country. It is always quiet in the country. Yes. Surely. It is quiet. I told you, before 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock itself, all the villagers, they sleep. There won't be any sound, any noisy, nothing else. All sleep. It's village like it is like dead village, which means the people will not move around. And before 7 o'clock itself they sleep it. They will have the dinner and then they sleep it. That's what. No noise, nothing else. Village itself quiet. It always quiet in the country. Always quiet in the country. Sometimes it's quieter than today. Sometimes this village quieter than today. Quieter than today. So my grandfather says that our village is quietest among all the villages in our district. Yes. So country mouse was telling that his grandfather says that their village is quietest among all the villages in their district. In their district, quietest. what his grandfather was saying that says that their the village is the quietest among all the villages in their districts. See that quietest, this quiet place there. His grandfather was saying. Oh, is it? Immediately the town was, oh, is it? Is it quiet? The country is a strange place. The country is a strange place. Strange means a new place, said the town mouse. Said the town mouse itself. But he said to himself, I don't think I like this place. But town mouse, as they saying it himself, it did not say that, did not say to the country mouse, but it said himself. What said? I don't think I like this place. Yes, because the town mouse lived in a town and they did like it mostly. He did not like the country. Who did not like the town mouse? Did not like the country. Why? Because he did not have the cold water or juice, lemon juice, orange juice, and breakfast. He did not get it anything there itself. That's the reason he did not like the country. Who did not like the town mouse? Did not like the country. Next morning, the town mouse found that there was no breakfast ready. See that. The next morning, what happened? The town mouse found that there was no breakfast ready. See that. So what his cousin said? His cousin told him that they had to go to the nearby farm to search for food. Yes. Country mouse told to town mouse that they have to go to the near to the farm. Farm means a field, and they have to search for the food. Huh? For example, when you go for your relative house, when a friend house or relative house, if they won't give breakfast, how you feel it? Just imagine yourself. If they won't look proper manner, they won't see you proper manner, how you feel it? Just imagine yourself. In the same manner, the town mouse also felt something because he did not get the breakfast themselves, and moreover, that country mouse was telling that they have to go for the near to the farm and they have to search for it. When it said, and something it felt it. Yes, we are sure to find something there, he said. We are very sure that to find something there. Who said that? Town mouse. Country mouse said to town mouse. What can they find it? A nice piece of fruit or a tender bit of sugar. What they can get it? A nice piece of fruit or a tender bit of sugar cane. They can get it in that place. Who said these words? That country mouse. Country mouse said to the town mouse. But the town mouse had enough. It was very tired. It was enough for that. He did not want to breakfast. Thank you, cousin, he said. He said. But I think I will catch the next train home. I think that I can catch the next train. Means I can go for the next train. Who said these words? The town mouse said to the country mouse. I have suddenly remembered that I have forgotten something. Who said these words? The town mouse said itself. I have suddenly remembered and that I have forgotten something. He said it, and then he started to go from that. A few days later, the country mouse wrote to his cousin. Few days later, what happened? The country mouse, the village mouse, wrote a letter to town mouse. Here is the letter that next time we can go for next. Okay, children? And whatever I said from there to here, just read the lesson, understand the lesson. Okay, na? And if you have any doubt, you can call me. You have my phone number. You call me and ask it. And so page number, so place I did not understand. You just ask me. So what is the homework for you? Just read the lesson and understand the lesson. Okay, na? Okay, na, children? See you all.